Welcome to Exposure Show brought to you by Sound for Life. My name is Chukulisa Molo Adi, and today we have a privilege of spotlighting an organization that dedicate to safeguarding and tailoring computer classes. We have a guest here who is going to tell us more about the organization, and also is going to introduce himself. Welcome. Kindly introduce yourself and tell us about what your organization do.
Thank you so much. I'm by the name Abedi Salvador. I'm a global citizen, particularly from Democratic Republic of Congo. I've been in the camp since 2010, and from there I joined community-based organization, which gave me the motive also to create a community-based organization, which is called the United Safe Environment Creators. Yeah, that is operating here in Kakuma Refugee Camp, and we are based in Kakuma 2, Zone 2, Block 2. That is where our office are. But our area of operation, it is the whole of Kakuma.
Oh, that's a good name, United Safe Environment Creators. Can you kindly tell us what you do?
Okay, thank you so much. Under United Safe Environment Creators, as I said, it is an organization that we started in 2015 and it was registered in 2016. Yeah, so that was 1 year after initial start. And we started with child activities, but we expanded our activities. So for now, we are working on a livelihood, where we are offering tailoring and dressmaking, especially to teenage mothers and vulnerable women, because we realized that there is lack of basic needs, especially for these people to access their basic needs, and also they face challenges in terms of economy. Yeah, so we came up with this program so that we can help them with these skills that will enable them to start their own small businesses and generate income to sustain their lives and also their dependents. Yeah, so we are also running a computer class where we are targeting young people, especially girls. Yeah, because we realize that there is a big gap when it comes to computer skills or computer digital skills when we compare girls and boys. And also when we look at the situation of Kakuma, it is faced by high rates of unemployment. And that's why we started this activity, so that we can empower these young people, especially the girls, with these digital skills, so that they can be able to secure employment.
Oh, okay, your project is unique. I can see you talked about children, safeguarding the children. How are you safeguarding these children, and what are some of the activities that you do to safeguard the children?
Okay, related to the activities that we are running, which are targeting the children, regarding to UNHCR data provided in 2023 March, the number of refugees within the Kakuma refugee camp was around 2,100,000 refugees within Kakuma refugee camp, and the majority of them are children. And when you look at the situation of the children, they face significant and numerous challenges in terms of access to education, trauma, and also other psychosocial issues. So that motivated us and led us to start a program called the Social-Emotional Learning. This program is there to help the children to come together, play together, and socialize with others. Because you see, when children are left in isolation, they are so much affected socially and also emotionally. So we are bringing them together so that at least they can socialize with other children and also play together and have a chance to discuss, because sometimes at their home level, sometimes they don't have people to talk to them. Even there are those who are orphans, there are those who are separated, they don't have those parents who are close to them. So children are living in a way which is not very conducive. So that's why we came up with this activity, that is a social-emotional learning, which targets children between 3 to 9 years. Yeah, and we are very happy for that initiative because it is really helping the children in Kakuma refugee camp.
Yeah, that's so good. You talked about helping the children with the social emotional learning. Can you tell us a success story where you help a child and maybe a success story of a child who benefited from social emotional learning?
Okay, thank you so much. You really remind me of one of our beneficiary, if I can say, um, who was very reluctant when he was first joining the club. So he was not even willing to participate in the activities that we were giving them as the children. And the teacher was so intentional to know what is the problem as to why that child was not collaborating and also socializing with other children. So he gave them an activity and to draw. It was an activity to draw. When that child was drawing, what happened? He started crying. It was a boy. He started crying. After he drew, he started crying. Then the teacher came and saw the drawing. So through the drawing, there was a mother who was beating the child. Yeah, there was a drawing of the mother holding a stick and the child. So when that child was drawing, he started crying. Then the trainer came to him and he tried to ask some of the questions. He said he is not given an opportunity to play with other people, other children around their community. So whenever he goes out of the compound, he is always beaten up by his mother. So that's why he was not feeling to collaborate with other children, because he was thinking when the mother realizes that he was outside, maybe playing with other children, and when he goes home, he will be beaten again. So we tried to talk to him. The teacher talked to him, and also we went up to their home, and we were able to meet with the mother, and we talked also to the mother. Yeah, so from there, it was not a one-day session, by the way, because you see the mother, she was also having his own reason as to why he was not allowing the child to go out, you see. So it was not a one-day session. We went there several times, and from there he was able to give the child the chance for him to participate with other children in the activities that we are doing. And what the mother said also, after participating in those activities, he realized also the child performance in the school also have increased. So that is a successful story, maybe that I can talk as per now. But we have so many successful stories based on the activity that we are doing.
That's so heart-touching. I know that many parents here have trauma and they are going through a lot. Maybe that's why she was beating the child. But you guys have done a great work by helping the mother and the child also. That's so wonderful. I understand that when you're starting an organization, there is a motive that made you come up with an organization. Like, you just can't wake up tomorrow and you say you want to start something. Can you kindly tell us a little bit of why you came up with that initiative of helping children, teenage mothers and helping the girls on digital skills?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. When we started, there were several problems or challenges that we identified. One of them was lack of access to education. There was inadequate social and economic opportunities. Yeah, so those were some of the challenges that we identified that led us to create to create this organization. So as we can address those challenges that the refugees are facing within Kakuma refugee camp. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you another question.
Thank you.
So as you have an organization that helps people, that is covering for child protection issues, girls, and especially girls and children, what are some of the challenges that you face, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Okay. Thank you so much again for the question. Yes, when we are talking about the challenges, there are a lot of challenges that we are facing as a grassroots community-based organization run by refugees. Yeah, so we have so many challenges, but even if we have those challenges, but we are also trying to see how we can mitigate them. And the first challenge that I can maybe put across it is in terms of funding. Yeah, because most of our activities are voluntary led. So we don't have a fixed amount maybe that we put in a financial year that we are going to run this project is this amount of money. So it is just through donation and voluntary efforts of the members that we are running these activities. So that is the challenge, one of the challenges that we are facing, and we are trying our best so that at least even if we have such a challenge, but we also see the opportunity. What can we do with what we have? Yeah, so what we are trying to do in that area is that we are trying to run our activity with what we have, beginning from the human resource and also in-kind donation that are being made by the community members around the camp who are the refugees themselves, and also well-wishers, yeah, who are supporting our mission. Yeah, and another challenge that we can say it is in terms of infrastructure. Yes, because we have said that we have tailoring, we have computer skills, and we have these activities for young children which are social emotional learning. So you are going to find that in our center we don't have enough classroom for us to operate these classes. And by the way, our computer class, it is not running very well by now as we are speaking, because the batteries are not functioning very well. You know, computers consume a lot of electricity. Yeah, and our battery have been in operation for 2 years now. Yeah, so the power is not enough again to feed all the computers. So that is another challenge we are facing. And through that, we are charging the equipment, the computers, before the starting time. Yes, we have there are institutions near our center that have electricity. So we take our computers there, we feed them with power, then we take them to the class. So as we teach, we also get small amount of electricity that is being generated by our batteries. So that is the way also we are trying to overcome the challenges of power at our center. There is also a challenge in terms of staffing. Yeah, you see, when you are running activities as with volunteers, there is always those challenges. Sometimes someone may tell you that, oh, my family does not have anything, and I have to struggle first for my family, then I will come for the activities, because you are not paying them; they are just working voluntarily. So that is another challenge, and it is a very big challenge, because they are working hours and you're expecting the staffs or the volunteers to be there. But with those excuses, and they are reasonable excuses, by the way, because you are not providing anything for them, they are just volunteering, working with you. Yeah, so those are some of the challenges that we are facing within our work of our place, and how we are trying to overcome them. And also we are also trying to collaborate with other community-based organizations, so that at least we can pull one another in areas where we are facing challenges, because if I don't have this, I can run to another community-based organization and support me with what they have at that particular time. So that is what we are having as challenges and how we are trying to mitigate them.
Okay, not last but not least, I'm going to ask one question I'm curious about. You said your organization is called United Safe Environment Creators. Why did you come with that name?
The reason as to why we come up with that name, how do you find it, by the way? United Safe Environment Creators.
I don't know. I'm just curious. That's why I'm asking about
very
it.
Good.
Yeah.
So when you hear about United Safe Environment Creators, so the idea behind it is to create safe environment for refugees to build a better and prosperous future. Yeah, that's why we came up with such a name, saying United Safe Environment Creator. So it is a team of dynamic and passionate young refugees who come together to address the challenges that refugees are facing within Kakuma and its surrounding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would want us to tell us where your organization is located. And before I forget, I would also want you to tell us, like you said, you give digital skills to the girls. Like, can you tell us, which girls? How do you identify those girls to come for the digital skills? and also the mothers that you teach them about tailoring, the teenage mothers. How do you identify them? And how long does your sessions take? For example, if it is tailoring, for how many months? If it is digital skills, for how many months does it take for one to finish? And how do you identify them?
Okay, thank you so much. In the first place, let's begin with tailoring and dressmaking course, which is undergraduate program. This program targets teenage mothers, and also vulnerable women within Kakuma. That is our area of operation as for now, though we are planning or expanding because of the other challenges that other communities are facing around Kakuma. So how we identify them is in the first place, we call for people to apply, for them to join, so that they can show interest, you see. And after they send their letter of interest to join the program, we go through them. So it is where we pick them from. So because what we want to hear from there is if you are teenage, if you are a teenage mother, yes. If you are vulnerable women, when you are talking about vulnerable women, there are various kinds of vulnerability. But in our program, those whom we are considering as vulnerable women are those women who are widows in the first place, and they have many dependents. So in a way that they are unable to provide for them. Like we got some of the vulnerable women who are unable to provide for their children to pursue education, from the primary education to also secondary education, because as you know, secondary education, they are paying now school fees. True. So if you find a vulnerable woman is having maybe more than 3 children, and some of them are maybe in primary school and others maybe are joining secondary school, because of her vulnerability, she may not be able to provide for the children to continue with their education. So that is why we are calling them to come and get these skills, because when they get these skills, they will be able to do what? To start generating income that will support them to support their children to continue pursuing their education. And also teenage mothers, you see our culture, if we can say maybe our African culture towards girl child education, in the first place, it is very challenging. And when a girl happens now to get pregnant and they live as a child, they are isolated from the community. Are you getting? So they are discriminated, they are not given chances maybe to participate in family issues. So them themselves, they still need what? Care. But also they have children under their care. Do you see now? So it is a very big challenge to them. That's why also we call them to come on board, so that at least they get these skills. And after they get these skills, they will be able to also support their family. And we don't only give them tailoring and dressmaking skills, but also we give them financial management. Because the little money that you are earning, how are you going to spend it? Are you getting the point? So you should know, I'm getting or I'm earning this small amount of money and I have to sustain it in this way, so that at least it may help me and also those people who are depending on me. So that is how we identify the beneficiaries and how, based on the period of the program. For the tailoring class, it takes 6 months. So that is a tailoring class, and also for the digital skills, it takes 3 months. Because in the first place, the first 3 months, we give what is basic computer skills, issues to do with the computer applications, something like that. And we are also facing challenges in terms of this, because we want also to give them the 21st century skills that will be able to help them to compete in the job market. But in our center, we don't have internet connection. So it's a big challenge for us to continue offering these skills while we don't have also internet connection at our center. So that is what we do and how the program is running and the beneficiaries that we are targeting.
That's nice, but I love your resilience. Although you don't have those things, you are trying hard on helping the community, although you have your own responsibilities and you have a family to take care of. of which is a positive thing. It shows you have a lot of resilience. Could you kindly please tell us where you are located at?
Okay, thank you so much. The location, we are based in Kakuma 2, Zone 2, Block 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that is where we are based.
Okay, we are wrapping up the session.
Okay.
And thank you for coming here to share your inspiration and how you help the community in the community, starting with the lower children and going up to the needy families, of which it's a good initiative of protecting children and skills building within the community. As we wrap up the show, I want to express my gratitude to you for following up the journey of Usec, United Safe Environment Creators, on what they do. I hope this has inspired you and motivated you. They show a lot of the resilience, and they show how children are protected, and also the mothers, the teenage mothers. I hope you have learned something from this journey of Usec. Without forgetting, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you next week. Goodbye.